A motorhome with a king-size bed, a full bathroom, a real kitchen, solar panels on the roof, a smart system you run from your phone, four-wheel drive that climbs mountain trails, and it costs just $55,000. Yes, you heard that right, $55,000. Now, compare that to the average American motorhome. Same size, far less technology, no solar, no smart features, basic suspension, and the price, $150,000. And here is the wild part. That price difference is not even the most shocking thing about this story, because the company that built the $55,000 version did not exist in the motorhome business 6 years ago. China just walked into one of the most stagnant industries in the world and completely rewrote the rules. And if you still think this is just about cheaper vehicles, you are about to be very surprised. Let's walk through exactly how this happened, why it matters, and what it means for anyone who has ever dreamed of life on the open road. The industry nobody bothered to fix. To understand why this story is so shocking, you first need to understand just how stuck the RV industry had become. And we are talking about an industry that has been around for over 50 years. For most of that time, motorhome companies sold basically the same product year after year. A diesel engine bolted under a boxy frame. Some plywood cabinets that swelled in the rain, a fold-out bed, maybe a microwave from 2009 if you were lucky. The prices kept climbing. The technology barely moved. Today, the average American motorhome costs around $150,000. A premium model can hit $300,000. Some luxury builds push past that. And the moment you drive one off the dealer lot, it loses about 20 to 25 of its value before you even stop for gas. RV owners have their own nickname for their vehicles. They call them rolling money pits, and they say it with a painful laugh. Water leaks after 3 trips. Wall panels that bubble and separate. Electrical systems that act up when the temperature drops. Air conditioning units that give out in summer. These are not rare horror stories. These are Tuesday. Here is what makes it even more frustrating. The companies building these vehicles were not under any pressure to do better. A small group of manufacturers controlled most of the market. There was no serious competition pushing prices down or quality up. Buyers paid the high prices because there was simply no better option in front of them. For 50 years, that arrangement held. Manufacturers got comfortable, engineers stopped reaching, and buyers kept signing massive finance agreements because the dream of the open road is a powerful thing. That comfortable little world just got a very loud wake-up call, and it came from a direction nobody was watching. A country that studied the chessboard. In 2019, China's total motorhome fleet sat at around 213,000 vehicles across the entire country. That sounds like a lot until you realize the United States sells 500,000 RVs every single year. China's market was young, scattered, and still figuring out where campgrounds should go. Most Chinese motorhomes at the time were basic, rough interiors, questionable build quality. They were not taken seriously by anyone in the global industry. Western manufacturers looked at China and saw nothing threatening, just a developing market making cheap copies. Nothing to worry about. That was the mistake. While Western companies were relaxed, Chinese engineers were doing something much more interesting. They were studying the RV industry the way a chess player studies an opponent before a big match, looking for every weakness, every gap, every place where the industry had gone lazy. And they found 3 massive advantages sitting right in front of them. The first was battery technology. China was already leading the entire world in electric vehicle development. Companies like BYD were building some of the most advanced, most energy-dense, most reliable battery packs on the planet for everyday cars. Those exact batteries could power a motorhome for days without plugging in anywhere. Western RV companies had no equivalent technology sitting in their back pocket. The second advantage was manufacturing. China's industrial system is built for scale and speed. When a Chinese factory decides to make something, it can do so at a cost that Western factories genuinely struggle to match. And when a company controls its own supply chain from top to bottom, the savings are enormous. The third advantage was the most powerful of all. Chinese manufacturers had no old habits to protect. American RV companies had decades of relationships with suppliers, dealers, and engineers who all had a stake in keeping things the way they were. Chinese engineers walked in with a blank page, and a blank page is a very dangerous thing in the hands of someone who is hungry. What happened next did not take long. The vehicles that stopped the internet. In late 2024, a vehicle called the Wanaka BYD T5DM Pro Max was unveiled. And the moment videos of it hit the internet, RV forums around the world broke into chaos. Here is what this vehicle actually offers. It runs on a full hybrid electric diesel system using BYD's own Blade battery technology, the same battery that powers BYD's best-selling electric cars. The battery pack holds 70 kWh of energy. Combined range stretches past 800 kilometers. On board, there is a 400L freshwater tank, a built-in washer and dryer, dual-zone climate control, a full bathroom, a proper kitchen, and a 10-kilowatt inverter powerful enough to run all your appliances at once. The entire vehicle is controlled through a smart app on your phone. And the interior does not look like a motorhome. It looks like a boutique hotel room that someone decided to put on wheels. Starting price about $60,000. Western reviewers who actually flew out to test these vehicles came back and said the same thing. The build quality was real. Panels fit properly. Materials felt premium. Systems worked the way they were supposed to. This was not a concept vehicle or a show model that would fall apart after 5,000 kilometers. This was the finished product. The shock was not just the price. The shock was that no American or European brand had attempted to build anything like this at any price point. The technology existed, the demand existed. Nobody had connected the dots. Then came the Great Walpole RV, and this one hit the adventure community even harder. Built on a genuine truck platform with a powerful diesel engine, permanent four-wheel drive, lifted expedition suspension, and a steel winch mounted on the front for vehicle recovery. Inside, a full bathroom, real kitchen, sleeping space for a family, and smart tech throughout. This thing could go places that a traditional American motorhome would never survive. Price in China is around $55,000. For context, a comparable American motorhome with off-road specs, if you can even find one, starts at $120,000 and often climbs past $180,000. A custom Overland build by a specialist company can exceed $250,000. Videos of the poor RV climbing boulder-strewn mountain trails spread across every outdoor and adventure platform you can think of. The comment sections were full of people doing the same mental math. And the numbers were not adding up the way anyone expected. But the story of how China got to this price point is where things get really interesting. The hidden cost problem nobody talked about. Most people assume that if something costs less, it must be lower quality. That logic makes sense in a lot of industries. In the motorhome world, it turns out that logic had been covering up a very different story. Here is how a traditional American motorhome actually gets built. The manufacturer buys a commercial van or truck chassis from Ford, Mercedes, or another big automaker. Then they go shopping for the rest. Cabinets from one supplier, electrical systems from another, plumbing from a third, appliances from a fourth, upholstery from a fifth. Every single one of those suppliers charges a markup. By the time all those components arrive at the assembly plant, 5 or 6 different companies have already taken their slice of profit out of the final price. Then the motorhome reaches a dealership. The dealer adds their margin and the buyer signs the paperwork. What you end up paying for is not just the vehicle. You are paying for an entire chain of businesses. Each one adding a few thousand to the price tag. Chinese manufacturers, particularly those connected to BYD and Great Wall, operate completely differently. BYD makes its own electric motors, its own battery cells, its own power management computers, its own charging technology. When BYD builds a motorhome, the vast majority of components come from inside the same organization. The savings are not small, they are structural. One detailed breakdown of a Chinese hybrid motorhome found that actual production costs were between $35,000 and $40,000. With reasonable profit margins, the retail price landed around $55,000. A comparable American motorhome carried production costs of $60,000 to $70,000, but sold for $140,000 after dealer markups, brand premiums, and supply chain fees were stacked on top. Same real-world quality, nearly 3 times the price. That is not a minor inefficiency. That is 50 years of unchallenged pricing finally being exposed by someone who had no reason to play along. And once buyers started seeing those numbers laid out side by side, the conversation shifted permanently. The motorhome gets a brain. The price story alone would have been enough to shake the industry. But Chinese engineers were not done. Because while they were fixing the cost problem, they were also doing something that nobody in the Western RV world had seriously attempted. They were making the motorhome smart. Not smart in the way that means a touchscreen glued to a fridge. Smart in the way that changes how the whole vehicle thinks and behaves. The DTEL Smart Motorhome series is a good example of what this actually looks like in practice. Every light in the vehicle responds to voice commands. Temperature and ventilation adjust automatically based on the weather outside and the number of people inside. The battery management system uses artificial intelligence to track how you use power and continuously adjusts to make your off-grid time last longer, up to 40 longer than a traditional system, according to independent reviewers. Some models include facial recognition at the door, so you never fumble for keys in the dark after a long hike. One reviewer described the experience of spending a week in one of these vehicles and said it felt nothing like traditional camping. It felt more like staying in a smart apartment that happened to be parked next to a river. American manufacturers are still publishing opinion pieces debating whether electric motorhomes are ready for prime time. Chinese manufacturers have already moved past that conversation. New energy motorhome registrations in China jumped by 577 in just the first half of 2025 compared to the same period the year before. That is not a pilot program or an experiment. That is a production reality. The off-road side of this story is just as eye-opening. Footage from real-world adventures showed Chinese off-road motorhomes crossing terrain that traditional American RVs would never attempt. Rocky trails, steep switchbacks, river crossings. One video in particular spread everywhere. A 65,000 Chinese off-road motorhome moving steadily up a steep mountain track while a 200,000 American luxury motorhome sat stuck in a patch of soft dirt nearby. The comment section had just one question repeated over and over. How is this possible? The answer was not magic. It was engineering that started from zero and asked better questions. What the next 5 years look like. Here is where the story stops being just interesting and starts being important for every person who has ever thought about buying an RV. China's motorhome market is not slowing down. The market was valued at over $4 billion in 2024 and is projected to more than double to over $10 billion by 2033. Camper van sales grew over 55% in a single year. The domestic base of buyers is expanding rapidly and they are not the wealthy retirees that American manufacturers have always built for. They are young families, weekend adventurers, and first-time travelers who want affordable access to the open road. That shift in who the customer is has changed what manufacturers build. Chinese RV companies are not just making one flagship model for rich buyers. They are building entry-level vehicles, mid-range family motorhomes, premium hybrids, and full luxury builds all at the same time. The same way the car industry works. A full range at every price point. And now those companies are looking outward. Maxis, a Chinese electric camper van brand, announced European expansion in 2025 with vehicles priced between $40,000 and $50,000. Their direct competition, the Volkswagen California, a beloved European camper van that costs over $90,000. European dealerships that had never stocked a Chinese vehicle were suddenly reaching out to sign distribution deals. Global motorhome shows that once filled their floors exclusively with German, American, and Italian brands are now giving significant space to Chinese manufacturers. Buyers are walking the floors, sitting inside the vehicles, and asking their dealers hard questions about why the price difference is so large. The American market has more protection for now. Import tariffs on Chinese vehicles are high. Building a service and parts network takes years. Safety certifications for the US market require a long process. These are real barriers and they matter, but barriers slow things down. They do not freeze them forever. What is already changing is the conversation inside Western boardrooms. Engineers and product managers at American RV companies are visiting Chinese factories, looking at the production lines, and coming home with uncomfortable reports. The gap in technology and cost efficiency is real and it is not going to close on its own. For buyers, the next 5 years are going to bring options that did not exist before. More competition means more pressure on price and more incentive to innovate. The motorhome that your parents could only dream about affording might actually be within reach for your family. The choice between a basic trailer and a $200,000 luxury rig is no longer the only choice on the table. The RV industry spent half a century selling the same product at a higher price every year, comfortable in the belief that no one would ever show up with something better and cheaper at the same time. That era is over. The road ahead just got a lot more interesting. If this changed how you think about the future of travel, hit that like button and subscribe. We cover the shifts in technology, industry, and everyday life that most people do not hear about until they are already happening everywhere. I want to know what you think. If a Chinese motorhome offered you better technology and more features at half the price of an American one, would you buy it? Drop your honest answer in the comments. The conversation down there is always worth reading.